February 10, 1942, 20,000 feet above the blue Pacific. For American Wildcats flying cover over Wake Island. 6 Japanese Zeros diving from the sun, guns already firing. Every manual said the Wildcats should split and turn. Every pilot knew that if they tried, they would be dead in seconds, because the Zero could turn inside any circle the Wildcat drew. Faster, closer, lethal. For weeks, the Pacific sky had been a disaster for the U.S. Navy. 43 Wildcats lost in turning fights they never should have entered. The Zero was a predator. The Wildcat was prey. But Commander John Thach refused to believe that American pilots were destined to die. Months earlier, Thach had stared at a technical report comparing the Wildcat with the Zero. It was depressing reading. Rate of climb? 0. Roll rate? 0. Maneuverability? 0. Almost every line ended with the same result: 0 advantage. The Japanese fighter didn't beat the Wildcat by a small margin. It crushed it, but Thach saw something everyone else missed. The Zero was powerful only when it isolated one opponent. So Thach asked a simple question: what if American pilots stopped fighting alone? Late at night, Thach took 2 matchsticks from a table. He placed them side by side. These, he told himself, are the Wildcat. Then, he pushed one stick forward and turned it slightly away. The other followed, then reversed direction. The sticks crossed again, then split. He imagined a Zero chasing one Wildcat, only to fly into the guns of the second. Then, they would reverse the trap for the next attack. A constant weave, a constant threat, mutual protection. It didn't require a faster airplane. It required teamwork and the courage to fly straight at your own wingman while enemy fire cut the air between you. He brought the idea to his pilots. They stared at him like he'd gone mad. Turning toward a friendly aircraft, crossing paths at full speed. Sir, we'll crash into each other, Thach answered calmly. Only if you break formation, stay disciplined, and trust your wingman more than you trust your instinct. Trust would decide who lived. And now, above Wake Island, trust was all they had. 6 Zeros, closing fast, came the radio call. Thach ordered the words no pilot expected. We've patterned. Now! 2 Wildcats turned sharply toward each other. Instead of running, instead of diving, they pulled into a cross. The Zeros pursued one American fighter, guns roaring, and found the second Wildcat turning its guns directly into their path. The Japanese ace at the front jerked his stick too late. A burst at long range, a Zero spiraled smoke. 5 attackers left. The Zeros regrouped and dove again. Thach watched them target the same American. Reverse. The Wildcats switched directions again, crossing tightly, dangerously. The enemy pilot saw an easy kill, but once again, he entered a crossfire. Second Zero falling. Third damaged. The remaining pilots pulled away in confusion. Their greatest advantage, the turn, had become a trap. They were being hunted by slower airplanes. That wasn't possible. And yet, it was happening, because they were no longer fighting one pilot, but 2 pilots connected by trust and geometry. Word spread fast. The tactic didn't just work, it transformed the war. By the Battle of Midway, Thach formations shattered Zero attack that once cut through American lines like knives. The kill ratio shifted from hopeless to equal, then from equal to dominant. Pilots who once feared every turn now executed the weave with something new in their hearts: confidence. Thach personally trained squadrons across the Pacific. The tactic spread without waiting for approval. Gunners, instructors, carrier air groups, everyone learned it. If one Wildcat died, 2 more learned to survive. Japanese pilots realized the danger too late. Their doctrine was based on honor, the solo duel, the personal kill. But war is not a duel. War is a coordinated, disciplined, mathematical nightmare. And Thach weaponized that math. When reporters interviewed Thach after the war, they expected a bold fighter ace. Instead, they met a calm strategist who believed that survival mattered more than glory. I never wanted anyone to fight alone, he said. His pilots, thousands who made it home, agreed. They lived because a commander once stared at 2 matchsticks and imagined a new way to save them. Today, every fighter pilot learns the same lesson. If you protect your wingman, he protects you. The weave still exists in modern air combat, evolved, refined, deadly. And its message remains the same. Heroes don't take the spotlight, they share it. For Wildcats crossed paths over Wake Island, and the Zero lost its greatest weapon, fear. Sometimes, the most powerful tactic isn't a faster engine or a sharper turn. Sometimes, it is a commander who refuses to let his pilots die alone, and proves that even a matchstick can change the course of war.